There is a paradox. It is a need love, but what it needs is to give. It is a gift love, but it needs to be needed. I think I love beautiful paradoxes like this. It is a need love, so it's a love that it needs something from someone else, but what it really needs is to give. There's a symbiotic union there. Likewise, of a gift love, of an overflowing love, that the self is overflowing into others. What it needs is to be needed. And I think a good marriage, even though we're talking about affection here, and not necessarily eros, that's not to say that in a marriage there can't be both. Matter of fact, there should be both affection and eros, and possibly even friendship. And there actually should be all four of the loves manifested within a good proper marriage. But nevertheless, in marriage, you have this wonderful, beautiful symbiotic union, this paradox that you are giving of yourself, but you also need to be given to from the other, and vice versa. And I think sometimes this is a part of love that was very difficult for me to grasp early on, and it took me a while to understand this part, that you always think about love. Love is action, right? Love is a verb, primarily. It is the doing. It is the giving of oneself to others. But there's another part of love, and that's what Lewis calls the need love. And there's nothing wrong with needing love, right? We all need love. We need God's love, and we need the love of other people on varying levels in different kinds of ways. The hard part about need love is that as we receive need love from other people, by them loving us in the way that they should, from a Christian way, in a Christian way, that requires us to change, right? Some people, they just want to be, there's nothing wrong with loving somebody as they are. We should, our love for others, it should not be conditional upon that person changing. We should love unconditionally. And that is a virtue. That having been said, that doesn't mean that loving someone doesn't, love still wants people to change, right? Because nobody's perfect, and love is the great perfecter, right? God disciplines his children. He loves us, and part of that love is a chastening. It's a disciplining. And in the same way, from between human and human, and of course we see that with the parent-child relationship, right? We discipline our children sometimes and in certain ways because we love them. If we never disciplined our children, we don't love them very much. We're not loving them practically as we should for their benefit down the road. And also in other relationships, even in marriage, in friendship, loving someone, it expects at least a certain level of change, no matter how good the person may be going into the relationship. Nobody's perfect, and while I want to be very clear on this, while love doesn't depend upon a person changing for the better, love should nevertheless expect the beloved to change for the better over time and effort. And that's something that's a lot of people, including myself, for many years, I did not really consider. I didn't consider that being loved by another person um, required me to change, but rightfully so. My wife has changed me a lot, and for the better, and I'm very thankful for that. I've changed her a little bit too, so, you know, tit for tat. Alrighty. But she's changed me a lot more than I've changed her. Just want that to be on the record.